So we create this website. We were making like $200,000 a day. We set it up in Antigua. It's an island in the Caribbean where we're running a gambling website is completely legal if you have the permits and stuff. Sat down with the guy who runs the country, basically paid him like $100,000 and he gave us the license.
FaZe banks had somehow misspoke. They only had revenue share.
Listen, W scam in the fucking chat? Yes, okay? We were involved in Csgowild. You guys all know this by now.
Oh my God, dude.
As I've gotten older, I've started to look at the world differently than how I did back then. So let me ask you, have you ever looked back at something from the internet and realized that everyone was just running a scam in plain sight? No? Well, I have. It was called Csgowild. It's crazy to think about now, but 10 years ago, the gaming world, YouTube, Twitch, all of it was built on this hyper-specific genre of content that was fueled by greed, fake luck, and a bunch of dudes pretending to be shocked when they hit big. And the wildest part, FaZe Clan. The most influential gaming organization ever was right in the middle of it all. It all starts back in 2013 when Valve decided to drop the Arms Steel update for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. The update would introduce weapon skins to the game, just colorful designs for guns. Seems harmless, right? But these things ended up changing the game, literally, because to obtain these skins, you have to unbox a loot box with a key that cost $2.50, giving you a skin ranging from common to insanely rare, and people realized you could trade them, sell them, flex them, whatever. It wasn't just a game anymore, it was an economy. So naturally, people would flock into the game to make money off this new feature. And that's when it all started. Sites like CSGO Lounge, CSGO Double, or CSGO Lotto, they all popped up overnight. You'd simply log in with your Steam account, dump your skins into the bots, and boom, you had fake casino credits. You could bet on matches, play roulette, coin flips, all of it. And these sites, completely unregulated. No verification, no age checks, nothing. 12-year-olds were literally gambling their parents' credit cards away for a chance at a digital knife. And by 2016, the scene was massive. Billions with a B were being wagered through these skin gambling sites. It was sketchy, it was illegal, and Valve kinda just let it happen because they were making bank on this system. And then came the YouTubers, influencers with a young parasocial fan base ready to do anything they said. And soon, the line between content creator and casino owner got really blurry. You had people like T Martin and Pro Syndicate showing off insane wins on a site called CSGO Lotto, acting like they were just lucky players sponsored by the site, when in reality they owned the site. They were literally the house. And soon enough, the law would find out. The FTC by law states that you have to state when you're sponsored, and lawsuits from the FTC came down on T Martin and Syndicate when they were exposed by being the actual owners of the site. And it looked like they were going to be set as an example for the community to learn that this was highly illegal. But nothing happened. On CSGO Lotto, they had always had a rule stating that if you had just asked them to play for free, you would be granted it. And thus, they were just let off with a slap on the wrist. No fines, no bans, just don't do it again. Well, there was also a horrible apology video, but I'll just spare you.
Cooper, I have no idea how I'm gonna record this video, dude.
While all of this chaos was happening, another story had brewed quietly behind the scenes. A story that honestly should have been even bigger. FaZe Clan, the biggest name in gaming, the Call of Duty trickshot legends, the content kings, had secretly been running their own CSGO gambling website called Csgowild, and not as sponsors, not as paid promoters, as owners. Yeah, FaZe Banks and FaZe Rain, actual FaZe owners, built the site themselves, registered it offshore in Antigua, where online gambling was legal if you threw enough money at the right people. They flew to the country, bought a license, and just started printing money. Years later, Banks would literally admit this on a podcast like it was a fun throwback story.
So with that, people started creating these like gambling sites where you could gamble with these skins. And it was kind of like gray area because it's a skin in a game and there's no actual real like value to it. Like the government puts absolutely no value to it. We came up with this idea with these kids, I came up with this idea for a different way to do it, and we branded it the right way. And my motivation for doing it actually was, at the time we weren't making enough money to buy a CSGO team. All in, the venture was gonna cost us like $1 million, and we definitely did not have anything close to that. So my brain, like, we gotta finesse it. We gotta figure out how to make the money to buy this team now, because in the next 6 months, year, this team's gonna be worth like $4 or $5 million. So we create this website, and through our rake and all this shit, we were making like $200,000 a day. And we set it up in Antigua. We set it up in Antigua. I had a house in Antigua for like, it's an island in the Caribbean where we're running a gambling website is completely legal if you have the permits and stuff to do it. So we flew there, sat down with the guy who runs the country, basically paid him like $100,000, and he gave us the license. We had this whole estate. We had guys with, because this place is crazy.
Yeah. Like 200 grand a day from teenagers gambling fake coins for gun skins. But here's where it gets even crazier. This site was rigged. FaZe members had been making videos of themselves gambling on Csgowild using fake balances, money that didn't exist. They'd lose this money on screen, and magically their account would refill. They'd win big for the camera, hype it up, and their fans, mostly kids, would log on and try to copy them. There's literally a clip online where FaZe Adapt loses a spin, looks at his balance, and says, "Wait, I lost, but I just won 7 grand.
Alright guys, I just put another 1,000 on the wild coin. Okay.
If he hits us.
Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Oh my god.
Dude, I don't even know what the fuck just happened.
I lost, but
He lost, but he got money. I swear to God,
Look
this
at
is so
this.
random.
I had 5,000 here. Now I have 12,000.
We don't know what the fuck this.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna do 1,000 on gold.
Okay.
Because I feel like it'll land on gold.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'll just get it easy too.
Yeah. Bro, what's happening?
What?
What is happening?
I thought I had 8K.
You
and
did!
And now I have a 19K.
Why the fuck is this happening?
I don't know.
And me, as everyone else in the community, thought nothing of it. The clip is even featured in a fucking Casey Neistat video. They were lying in plain sight, and no one was old enough to call them out. So what they were doing was this perfect storm of deception, pretending to gamble, pretending to win, and using that fake luck to drive traffic to their own casino. And when people started putting 2 and 2 together, Csgowild released this long, desperate tweet longer, trying to deny everything. They blamed some random guy named Gabe, who said he owned it, but years later, leaks would come to the surface. Messages, emails, payment logs, it all traced back to FaZe. Rain and Banks were in deep shit, and people found out they had basically dodged a bullet, because in July of 2016, after the Team Martin and Syndicate scandal, Valve was forced to step in, and they sent out cease and desist letters to 23 gambling sites, including Csgowild. And that should have been it, right? Csgowild had already shut down by the time that the letters got sent out. The money was gone, the trail was cold, and FaZe completely untouched. You'd think a story like that would have destroyed their careers, or even the organization, but nope. They simply spent the money for a Csgo roster that went on to become one of the most successful organizations in CS. And the audience, they moved on. FaZe rebranded into a lifestyle brand, signed rappers, launched merch, built an esports empire, and by 2022, they became the first esports organization valued at over $1 billion. This all came crumbling down, but in recent years they rebranded and are thriving once again. So just remember, it sucks to grow up and learn that your heroes as kids were just trying to scam you.